Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Yasyantanadimadhyam nahi karacharanam nama gotram na sutram no jatir naiva varnanubhavati purusho anapamsam na chastri nakaram na vikaram nahi ananimaranam nasti punyam na papam no tattvam tattvamekam sahaja samarasam sadgurum tvam namami sadgurum tvam namami. I offer my namaskara to Sanatana Dharma, Shankaracharya and all my gurus, and I welcome you all for this Ananda Shankara's English discourses. We have been seeing the several sadhanas from Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. So we have seen up to Pratyahara, and then we came to Sadhana Chatushtaya. In Sadhana Chatushtaya, we have seen already Viveka, what is Viveka and what is Vairagya we have seen. And then the next one is, there are 6 internal wealth is there. We know all the external wealth. Our external wealth is not coming along with us because it is having a fixed place and time for the external wealth. The money can be in the bank. The house can be in a fixed extension road and all those things. And all your vehicle, all other things. We have seen the 6 internal wealth. Because internal wealth means wherever I go, it comes along with me. That is called internal wealth. Even the dress is an integral part of us. At some point of time, even the dress becomes external to us. Because though it is an integral part, when we say, when I am speaking, I assume the dress is also part of me, including the dress I am speaking. So even to the most, this one, even dress looks to be external, but our specs looks to be very internal, looks like. So when I am saying my specs, I am not separately speaking. When I am saying person Prasad, it is inclusive of the specs. That is the way I have done the inclusiveness. But still I can remove the specs and keep it aside. So that means everything is external. All my wealth is external, whatever I have created, and all my relations are external. So all the friends, relatives, everything is very distant already, distant relative, distant friend and all is there. The only family members, husband, wife, children are very near, we say also, they live in different rooms. So when at the time of difficulty, you are alone. So you have to face your difficulty by yourself. If you have a physical pain, mental pain, however you explain to the other person, very closest person, he may not be able to understand the depth of the pain the way you are understanding. That means, so internally you have different associations with the different things. So that means external wealth will not come along with you even in the physical world also. Wherever I go, I cannot take my wife or spouse or children or anything. There is a restriction is there. So similarly, I cannot take all the wealth everywhere. And at the same time, I cannot take my name and fame also. So if Prime Minister of the country is going to an ashram, so he is seeing the Sringeri Jagat Guru. So though the Prime Minister is the number one person, but he has to sit below the Jagat Guru. So he cannot sit equally to Jagat Guru. So the Prime Minister, what is that name, fame, everything is there. That also you have to leave at some point of time and you have to become yourself and move. So that means that is also external. Name, fame and everything is external, you cannot carry. So this is in the physical world. In this real world itself, it cannot be carried. Wherever you want to go, you cannot carry. You may be a very rich person in your town, and if you go to the next village, nobody knows you. Why? Your road, if your extension is 3-4 roads, after that if you go to the 4th road, nobody identifies you. So that means your wealth and everything is not coming with you. They cannot identify with you, all the wealth and everything, unless you become a celebrity, paper and all those things. Even the celebrities of a Bollywood is famous in Bollywood only. Then if you come to some other film industry, he may not be known also. Cricket also, a cricketer is sports. So cricketer is known in cricket field only. The athlete is known in athletic field only. But if he goes to a cricket ground, athlete also may not be recognized. Because it is not coming with him. It is an acquired thing. It is not coming with him. All the wealth, all the possession and all the relations will not come along with us. So this is in this real world only. In the daily contact world only, it is not coming with us. So then if we are transcending to the next world, for example, the next birth is coming, definitely these things will not come along with you. So then what is coming with you? These are the internal wealth, whatever you have acquired. Like Viveka, Vairagya, whatever you have acquired to a level. Today you have acquired a 70% Viveka. In the next Janma, you start your Janma will be with 70% Viveka. So that is how it comes along with you. It is ingrained. It is called vasanas. So it is called samskaras. Along with your samskara, your rebirth will happen. So all the sadhana, whatever you are doing now, it will not get wasted. So though you are not carrying your physical body, all this sadhana will come with you, codified form into the next birth. But all your possessions and relations, even in the physical world, in the real world, day to day also, I cannot carry. So after we go to the burial ground, nothing can be carried. Whereas this internal wealth, all the sadhanas are going to come with you. So that's why permanent thing you have to earn more than the temporary thing which you are going to leave it here only. Why you are struggling so much? So that is what Vedanta has identified. And Vedanta says, Vedanta is saying you have to earn this all the wealth like internal wealth. So what all the internal wealth we have seen is Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. These 6 together it is called Shama, the Shatka Sampatthi. So we are going to see one by one. In the last class, we have seen, previous to the last class, we have seen all the description of the 6 internal disciplines. What is that? Briefly. And in the last class, we have seen the Shama in detail. What is Shama and all we have in detail, we have seen that. Today, we are going to see the Dhamma. So before going to the Dhamma subject, Dhamma is sensory control, sense control, Indriya Nigraha. So we'll chant the Sadhana Chatushtaya shlokas and then we'll go into the Dhamma. So Sadhana Chatushtaya, we have a Mangalacharana shloka. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mamukshunam Hitarthaya Tattva-bodho Vidhiyate Tattva-bodho Vidhiyate Mamukshunam Hitarthaya. That means when you go to the next moksha, that means the liberation stage also, this all the things in tattva, all the tattvas, whatever we are telling in Sadhana Chatushtaya, Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, all the tattva is going to come along with you. You have to struggle to get these qualities, these wealth, instead of struggling to get any external wealth, which you are going to leave here only and going. So that is the very purpose of Sadhana Chatushtaya. Sadhana Chatushtaya is talking about that Mangalacharana shloka we have seen. We will see the actual shloka. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannadhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha. Why I am chanting every day, every class, these are the 14 lines. Because by the end of the class, after all the lessons is over, Sadhana Chatushtaya, you should be able to also chant. That is why I have sent this all the shlokas, the PDF files. Also, I have recorded my voice of the chanting. Also, I have sent. Whenever you are sitting for the class, if you keep this shloka and whenever you listen to this, my voice, so it will get imprinted in your mind. So it becomes a mobile encyclopedia always with you. And that is how it is called Vedanta Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, it happens. So if you hear only at the time of class, if it is not memorized like simple memorizing techniques, then it will be easily forgotten. So you have to train your mind to memorize all this simple text. Sadhana Chatushtayam Kim Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Ihamutrartha Palabhoga Viragaha Shamadhi Shatka Sampatthi Mamukshutvam Cheti Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Nitya Vastvekam Brahma Tadvyatirittam Sarvamanityam Ayamiva Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Viragah Iha Swabda Bhogeshu Ichcharahityam Shamadhi Sadhana Sampattika Shamodama uparama Titiksha shraddha Samadhanancha iti Shamakaha Mano Nigraha. Up to that we have seen. Today onwards we are going to see Dhamakaha Chakshurali Vakhyendriya Nigraha Uparamakaha Swadharmanusthanamiva Titiksha ka Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadi Sahishnutvam Shraddha ki drushi Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasak Shraddha Samadhanam kim Chittaikagrata Mamukshutvam kim Moksho bhuyat iti ichcha Etat sadhana chatushtayam Tattva sattva vivekasya adhikarino bhavanti. So this is only around 14 lines are there. This is Sadhana Chatushtaya. So we have seen in the last class Shamakaha. So Shamakaha Mano Nigraha. One line we have seen and we have seen in detail 2 classes. Today we are seeing Dhamma. Dhamakaha. The question the Shishya is asking the Guru What is Dhamma? Dhamma kaha? You have said Dhamma. Then what is Dhamma? Can you explain, teacher? So that is what he has asked. For that one line answer only he has given. Chakshuradi Vakhendriya Nigraha. So that is what is there. So Vakhendriya, Antarendriya. There are two types of Indriyas are there. Vakhendriya is the external instruments of perception. So we have 10 Vakhendriyas are there. The 5 are Jnanendriyas, another 5 are Karmendriyas are there. So Damaha is related to this 10 Indriyas has to be done. So whereas Shamaha is Antarendriyaha is there. Antarendriya we know only mind. But mind is working in 4 layers. Different responsibilities of the mind has been classified into 4. When mind is so Antarendriyaha, the manas, buddhi, manas is emotional faculty, buddhi is an intellectual faculty, chitta is the memory faculty, and ahankara is the spokesperson of your personality. So that is the spokesperson. So mind works in these 4 layers. That is why it is called Antarendriyaha, because internal organs, it is not possible to see by anybody except by yourself. Nobody else can see that. So that is why it is called Antarendriyaha. It is called internal organs. Whereas this 10 Indriyas, externally it is visible to you, me and others also. For example, my eyes are visible to you also, me also, and anybody else also can see. So all the 5 Jnanendriyas are visible to outside world. At the same time, all the Karmendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas also is visible to the external world. So what it is says, Chakshur Adi Bhakhyendriya Nigraha. It is says, Chakshur means eyes, Adi means etc. All the 10 names here they cannot tell. That is why they are telling Chakshur Adi Bhakhyendriya Nigraha. Chakshur means eyes and etc. and along with all the other 9 organs. So what is Dhamma? Chakshuradi Bhakhyendriya. It is external faculty, external instruments of perception. So this external instrument of perception need to be controlled. That is called Nigraha. Chakshuradi Bhakhyendriya Nigraha. That much only they have said and closed. So now that means Dhamma you have understood. We can go to the next topic. So is it possible? Not possible. So we have to understand Dhamma in order to practice Dhamma very well. So Shamaha we have understood. Now Dhamma we have to understand. Indriya Nigraha. Dhamma means Indriya Nigraha. Indriya, there are 5 Karma Indriya, 5 Jnana Indriya, put together 10 Indriyas. So Nigraha is, it looks to be a tough word, control. So whereas here control means it is not a punishment you are giving it to that. So you have to take away from its freely walking stage to bring it to the appropriate direction. That is called Nigraha. You are not going to stop the Indriya working, or you are not telling I don't require the Indriyas. So all these Indriyas are very much essential. But today it is just like a child is, a proper samskara is there, it behaves in a way. If a child is not properly given any samskara, it behaves its own way. It troubles itself also and it troubles the surrounding world also. Similarly, all our 10 Indriyas, if you leave it without any control or giving any samskara for the Indriyas, it will behave its own way. It will bring troubles to us also, it will bring troubles to others also. So Nigraha is mastery over your sense organs. You have to develop mastery over. It is not controlling. So you have to develop mastery over that. So Indriya Nigraha you have to see in that way. How to get over the master. How you will become master. For example, a music master, He cannot start a music teaching tomorrow onwards. First he has to know all the ragas, practice all the ragas and all the scientific notations and all the nitty-gritties of the Sangeet, everything he has to learn. Then he becomes a master. And then whenever he wants to pick up a raga, he will be fixing every raga into the appropriate notes, and then only a raga will come, the named raga will come out. So that means up to that mastery he has become, that's why we master, Ustad. So I have not learnt any music, can I sing anything? Not possible. I have not mastered it. So similarly, Indriya Nigraha is mastering. So normally up to now, we have not mastered our Indriyas. Now if you put an effort and you can master it. So when you master it, you can guide the Indriyas, this way you can go, not that way. It is just like a off-road vehicle can go anywhere, in the mountain also, river also, on the beach also, on the road also, everywhere it will go. Whereas when you become master, so when you become that off-road vehicle, no doubt you can go to any places and every places, but guarantee of returning is not there because it may give trouble. So if the people are not there to repair that, you may not be able to come back. So, and also the terrain, it is very bad, and you believe on the vehicle and go, somewhere it may stuck up, or it may fall, it may pulty, it can become pulty also, and you may get injured also. So that means wherever I can go, that is the freedom. If I think it is not the freedom, because there is a speed is limited. You can't go high speed in that. So you can go no doubt in the mountain, in the forest, in the this one, everywhere, but the speed is very limited. The distance covered is very, very small. So that means, so you are giving more importance to the freedom, not to the distance to be traveled. Whereas in Adhyatma Jnana, distance traveled is the moksha. So that moksha we have to attain means we have to work very hard. So long distance we have to go also. So that means it is just like a train putting on the track. So train, it can go very fast on the railway track only. But if you properly tune the track and the engine, it can reach better speeds than the motor vehicle. That is possible. So today TGV, like that, the bullet trains are there, 390, 450 kilometers per hour, 500, 600 kilometers per hour also laboratory tested, and it is available for the productionization of that. Today at least 400 kilometers per hour it is possible. I have gone 1 or 2 times in the same train also. TGV is there, it is going at 270 kilometers speed. In France it is there. So that means a motor car cannot go at that speed. 270 kilometers speed, what road is there? Is it possible? Not possible. So that means on a track you can acquire the speed and safety also. So the TGV has not gone to accident at all. So it is going non-stop from city to city it goes. So like that 700 kilometers in just 2 hours, like that it will go. So that means if you are going on a track, a defined track, there is no traffic jam, and definitely you can reach your destination at a given time interval. So that means a TGV train is coming in Japan and all, the train arrival is mentioned not only in hours and minutes, it is also mentioned in seconds. Suppose the train comes to the platform 2 hours, 31 minutes, 29 seconds. So that is the timetable they are putting. So that means so precisely a train on the track can come, but not an automobile on the road. It is not possible. because it is not definite, it can reach there or not there, all the things are there. Indriya is just like a vehicle going on the road. There are so many accidents I have to avoid. So many people are crossing, opposite vehicles are coming, so much alertness is required, and you are not able to pick up the speed. The moment you pick up, immediately you have to apply brake, acceleration, deceleration, everything is happening. So it is not possible to go speedily at a constant speed. Whereas a TGV train, a bullet train, at a constant speed, it reaches the station to station accurately in seconds also it will arrive. So that is the timetable available in Japan. In seconds also they mention. So imagine the perfectedness of the train. Similarly, Indriyas are to be put on the track. The railway line is going, railway track, parallelly it is going untiring kilometers, it is the tracks are there, it goes on to that. Similarly, today we have not made any track for the Indriya. We have left the Indriyas, wherever you want to go, you can go. So if you are sending wherever you want to go, it will go and may not return also. Or it may go and make lot of galata and come back along with the galata. You have to solve the problem. Now what Shamaha, Damaha it is telling is Chakshuradi Vakyendriya Nigraha means you have to obtain mastery over that. The mastery means you have to lay down a track for the Indriya, and on the Indriya high speed you have to push. So that is called Indriya Nigraha. That is called mastery over the Indriya. Vakyendriya only they are telling. It is the external organs. Antarendriya is a Shama. Vakyendriya is Dhamma. So we have to see both has to be done hand in hand. That's why together Shama, Dhamma it is called as. Shamakaha, Dhamakaha. Both are together, it has to be practiced. Together it has to be done. Chakshuradi Vakyendriya Nigraha. Every now and then we have to understand the control management. Control is if you make it to beat them, so it will make strike. It cannot. For example, I have given in Kathopanishad Rathopakhana. So Rathopakhana means if you have seen the Gitopadesha. Gitopadesha, Arjuna is sitting in the chariot and Krishna is sitting in the driver position, holding the 5 horses. All the reins are there in his left hand. Lagam is there in his left hand. So the horses are 5 horses are there. 5 horses are Pancha Jnanendriyas. And another 5 reins are there. No, that is the Lagam is there. That is Karmendriya has to be Lagam is there. So totally 10 Indriyas he is controlling. So controlling means he is beating this one. If you beat all the 5 horses, it will strike, it will not move at all. Then the Ratha will not go anywhere. The chariot will remain as it is. Otherwise, if you leave the horses, one horse is very interested in drinking water, another horse it may be interested in seeing that greenery and it want to eat. So all the 5 horses goes in 5 direction where the Ratha will become pelting. So you cannot, Ratha owner, Arjuna, he cannot reach the destination. So Arjuna is the owner of the Ratha, only he is the Sarathi. Krishna is the Sarathi, is the mind. Our mind is controlling all these 10 horses. So 5 horses and the 5 controls are there. So these 10 Indriyas need to be controlled by the mind. Suppose mind is busy. What happens? My mind is preoccupied, but all the Indriyas will be out of control. Because in your house, for example, if mother is strict or father is strict, accordingly the house discipline you can see. If the strict person is there in the house will be the orderly, things will be there, silence will be there, everything will be there. That if that strict person is not there, chaos. So, and nothing will be going as per the timetable. and people watching TV, they don't study, all the things will happen. So many indiscipline is happening, and it is a total chaos of the house will happen. But it is a control means it is a discipline has been brought, not by fear and beating or anything that. So there is a gentle way you have to tell them and do that. If Krishna beats the horses, it is difficult. Or if he makes, no, if you are having lot of food, that's why you are making like this, then you keep all the horses starvation. It will not have energy to pull the ratha also, the chariot. Horses has to be fed, and it cannot be fed whatever it wants. So Krishna has to make the food for the ratha, or any chariot driver has to make the horses to eat what is required for the strength, for the alertness. It should not become obese. So similarly, limited control, everything has to be given. And also it cannot see wherever it wants. So they are putting one kappa, they are calling one bracelet like in the eyes, like a whatever we call today, the mask is there. A mask will be provided for the eyes. Only the required road only it has to see. It cannot see whatever it wants. So the charioteer has to do all this type of controls and bring the horse into a control. And then you say, just at a spur of that, just you are making encouraging, oh come on, let us go fast. It will go fast. So that is the way he is exercising the control. So the mind, if it is absent, mind is preoccupied, indriyas will go. So mind is preoccupied, my tongue will say, today I like, because my master is not there, I will eat jamun. So it will eat. And the moment the mind says, the eye says the jamun, it is coordination is there between the 10 indriyas. So it will tell the legs also, it will take the leg, it will take the keys of the motorbike. Then automatically mind is somewhere wandering, worrying about yesterday or past or future or something like that. In the meantime, these indriyas are doing independent activity without the knowledge of the owner of the mind. So the key it is taken and it gone to the hotel and it has bought this one. So the leg is cooperated, the hand is cooperated, taking the motorbike, and then it orders, the purse is taken, given the money, everything is done by the karma indriyas. But only the intention has been given by the eyes and the tongue. Tongue says, I want jamun. So then eyes will be telling, and all the indriyas automatically coordinating, and then goes there, eat 10 jamuns or 3 jamuns, and tomorrow you have a high sugar is there. At that time, mind is holding all the indriyas. What is this? How many times I have told not to go and eat and all those things. So, but by that time already made galata. Similarly, you doesn't want to see a beautiful thing or a girl or something like that. But the mind is there, you may see for a 3 seconds and then you take away your eyes and then do the other activities. But here staring at them, if you start doing it, she may beat these people and all the organs and the body will get damaged. So that means the mind is the controller, should be present always. It is difficult, but for that, mind will not be available, we know very well, continuously not available. So for that, for Indriya, you have to make a track. Only on the track you have to go, but the track we know it will not make any accident. So on the track, no accidents will happen. If you leave the track, accidents will happen. The train, if they leaves the track only, then the accident happens. If it is going on the track, no accidents happen. Whatever may be the speed, it will not do any accident. So like that, if it is there, that is the control. Control in the sense Indriya Nigraha is getting mastery over that. So that has to be done. That is what? Its control is not suppression. We should understand. Suppression, when you do, what happens? Initially it goes to a suppression mode. Continuously when you put a suppression, you will be under heavy pressure. When heavy pressure shows you in your activity comes slow. So, activity comes slow, you go to depression because the fastness of the work is not happening, and whatever you are imagined is not happening, you go to the depression. So when you go to the depression continuously, when you are this one, if you become angry, you will become angry. Definitely you are disturbed. When you get disturbed, you become angry. If you are able to become angry, you are a strong person, there are other people around you, or weak people are there, you become angry, and you will be making angry talks or scolding or beating, anything can be done. If suppose the angriness is not possible, surrounding you a lot of strong people are there, you will be only suffering internally. So that is called implosion. Either one can happen is explosion, another can happen implosion. When implosion happens, depression turns into implosion. So then the psychiatry problem will start. So that is why you cannot go to all these stages, suppression, aggression, or depression, all these things, because you are not controlled at the beginning, or you are not put the track for the indriyas. So that's why it is happening. Suppression is always dangerous because it will explode one day or the other. So you cannot suppress. The control means you have to educate the indriyas, educate and put a track. Educating itself is called as track, putting in the track. It is just like channelizing them. It is just like, for example, a river is flowing, and if you don't put any dam, all the river water will go to the sea without any utilization of the water. So now the same water you have put a dam, and then you have made about 10 or 12 channels, and on the each channel will be taken miles together to different irrigation land, and the water is going to the irrigation land due to the channels and the dam, and it is using useful purpose, the water is used, a lot of agricultural products is produced, and lot of people are getting benefited, animals are getting benefited, everything. Otherwise, if you don't put a dam and if you don't channelize, the water is getting wasted. Directly it goes to the sea. Again, Lord Sun has to heat up the sea and make everything into vapor, go into the cloud, and after going to the cloud, somewhere it has to become thick cloud and then start raining. And raining again, it has to go into the rivers only. River, if you are not properly using the river, the water is again going back to the sea. All the effort of making the pure water has gone wasted because river is going to that. So you have to put a dam, a small dam, big dam, whatever is there, and properly use the water of the river for your development, the humanity development or the society development has to be done. Similarly, all the indriyas we need to put a dam and channelize. So then it can be upliftment of our own my personality, it can happen. If we don't dam or that control or put a railway track for the indriyas, it is going to become wasted. It is going to create damages. The flood will come. The rain water, all of a sudden it will remove all the houses on the way. All the things are going to happen because the water does not have any control. So when you put a dam, it goes everything into the channel only. When the gate is opened, it will go through the channel only. So all the channels, channelized thing will get a better work, better this one will be there. Suppose, I will give you an example. Suppose a student comes to listen to the class. He comes here, but he cannot hear. That means his ear is not cooperating because his mind is thinking somewhere, and the ear can listen, but it is not listening because master is not under control. Ear also will not hear. He is here, but he cannot hear. That is what happening. Indriya, how strike is making. So he has come physically to the classroom. So the lecture is going on. His mind has gone somewhere. At least ear can take an effort to listen and make something. But because boss is not there, ear also will not help. He is here but he cannot hear. So this is how the organs are giving difficulty for us. So we have to channelize and say the classroom is between this and this. You have to be attentive. You have to listen very well and make a track of that. It will listen. Otherwise it will not listen. So all these are called sadhanas. So the sadhana has to be done when we are doing meditation and all types of subjects when you are studying how to do sadhana, and first you have to understand what it is and then you have to apply the thoughts of the Vedanta, then the sadhana is going to happen. So sensory control is required for different reasons, because sense organs are the main gates. The main gates for our personality. For example, main gates, if I say, if you go to airport, there is a security guards are there. They frisk our baggage. They scan all our baggage. Any unwanted types of material is there, they will say it has to be removed. And they also frisk us physically, my purse, wallet, everything. And contraband items like a comb, sprayer, or hairspray, all these things they say you can't, nail cutter, nothing can be taken along with you. In the hand baggage also not allowed, cabin baggage also not allowed. That means security guard is checking all these things and making the safety of the aircraft. So security guard is checking for what? It is the safety of the aircraft flying and reaching the destination. For that they are doing. So if security guard is not there, what happens? Everybody can bring every item. They say only 7 kg cabin baggage. They may, somebody will bring 25 kg big suitcase inside. Nobody can move around, and it may be kept on this one, and it may fall on somebody. Accidents can happen. So many things can happen. Or some oil, some contraband items. Everything will be carried in the aircraft. It may catch fire. So many things can happen because security guard is there. Because security check is there. It is controlled and making the safe flying and safe reaching of all the passengers are done. Similarly, Indriya control is to take off safely and land safely. Otherwise, if you are not doing the landing safely, either you lose your personality, the life itself. For example, on the sadhana, we have to do using our body and mind only. If the body and mind is not there, only Atma cannot make its own sadhana. Atma is making sadhana using this body and mind. So all the samskaras has to be cleaned. Past samskara has to be cleaned. Present samskaras, only clean thing has to be done. That is called gaining the internal wealth. So past samskara will be written off, erased totally, and you become jnani, you get moksha. If the security is not there, terrorists also can enter into the aircraft and many things can happen. Hijack of the flight also can happen. So a security guard is required in most of the regular businesses. Every factory or every business establishment, security guard leaves the employee only, not every Tom, Dick and Harry, it will not be. Similarly, our indriyas having 10 fields of control is there, activities are there. Eyes has to see. Eyes has to see means it cannot see whatever is available, everything I will see is not the thing. So you have to guide the eyes, this is the only thing you have to see. You should not see that, you should see this. That is the railway track putting. So otherwise it want to see everything. And somewhere it is getting absorbed, you may get into accident also. So similarly ears, similarly tongue, nose and skin. So like that, last class I said, if one indriya is getting absorbed, the 5 moth example I have given, fish example I have given, elephant example I have given, deer example I have given. So like that, so one indriya is getting it is getting attracted towards that one indriya, it is ruining its life. So one indriya only ruining the life. You imagine we have 5 indriyas. So how much our life will be ruined. So Indriya has been given to operate in a required field. So we are not fixing a field. We are allowing the things to happen wherever you want to do, whatever you want to do. We are left everything as it is. That is not sadhana. So now we have to tell the Indriyas, this is your field of operation. Yes, my dear eye, this is your field of operation. You are not going to see the porn movie. You are not going to see the fighting things. You are not seeing any killings. You are not seeing any fightings or the political debates or so many hatred speeches and all. So you are going to see the good things which is tranquilling your mind. For that what you want to see, you have to fix. For that whatever you want to hear, you have to see. Suppose you eat all types of Chinese food, Mexican food, everything, your stomach will get upset, your mind will get upset, you get fever, you become admitted to hospital and all, because a tongue is not able to control properly, you are troubling the whole body and the personality. So now you have to say, no, my dear, you are a South Indian. That means you have to have only rasam and sadhu. So only rice and sambar, only is your field of operation. You cannot eat all the Tom and Dick and Harry. So like that, you have to guide and make a track. So once in a while, okay. But everything it wants by its own will and wish it wants to eat, it is not the way. So these are all called Indriya Nigraha. You have to control, have a control of that. So have a control of that means, what is the control? So the control will be, what does in an aeroplane or in the aerodrome, what he says? No admission policy, he says. So if you go to the airport, only ticket holder and passport holder only will be left inside, not others. So that means no admission policy. That means you have a required thing. Already you are a general public. General public cannot enter into the airport. So general public is not allowed. So a authorized ticket holder and the visa holder, passport holder only is allowed inside. So like that, security guard is allowing, and not allowing means no admission. That means he is doing two activity, allowing the right admission and not allowing the wrong admissions. So he say no admission policy. So we have to tell our Indriyas, educate our Indriyas, certain things are no admission for your Indriya. My dear eyes, you cannot see this. My dear tongue, you cannot eat this. It may initially make strike, but you have to have Samadhana, Veda, Danda, Chaturopaya, we call it as. Sama means with all the patience you have to educate. Otherwise you have to divide and rule. The Veda is divide and rule. So you have to, sometime you give, sometime you don't give, all these things you have to make and attract your organ. And even that is not happening, then you have to beat Samadhana. Dana is the giving lalach. Whatever we call it as a giving gift and all controlling the other person or other tongue and all those things. Okay, this time I am going to give you one jamun or chocolate. Tomorrow onwards you should not ask, like a dana. So like that, Samadhana is a Chaturopaya. Veda is a divide and rule. And the Danda is you have to ultimately beat, strike. No, Makam, you may be asking 100 things, I am not going to give you. You are going to starve the tongue. My dear tongue, you are going to starve. That is also you have to use some time. So with all this Chaturopaya, you have to teach no admission policy for all your organs. So this is allowed, this is not allowed. So when you are making this is allowed, not allowed. So all the serials you are seeing, whether it is required to see the serial, your emotions are getting upset, you have got a ready-made dialogues and the same dialogue you are going to use to your family members, the people will get upset. And all these things are because you are hearing unwanted things. So now you have to tell no admission. These are all I don't want to listen. These are all I don't want to see. So like that, when you are able to exercise then your life comes to under your control. Otherwise, it is on somebody's control. A TV advertiser's control or a serial making person's control, that director control, this celebrity control. We are not our control. We are not in our control. We are in control of so many hotels, so many restaurants, so many picnic places, so many dresses, so many fashion designs. All this, we are controlled by a beautician. So she says you have to cut your hair like this, you look beautiful. Okay, I will get it cut. So you have to apply so many coats of painting. Yeah, okay, I will apply. But afterwards your skin is getting damaged, or you may get totally a burnt skin, and your original face itself is gone wrong. So what is that? Because you are not in our control, your control. You are under the beautician's control. Beautician has used and say, oh, sorry, what I can do, your skin is allergic to this. I don't know. So like that, everybody lifts their hand when the things comes, but you are responsible for your life. So your skin, your eyes, all the 10 indriyas, you have to say no admission policy and admission policy both. What should be admitted, what should not be admitted has to be done. So then only the life you are controlling. Otherwise the control is happening by itself and you are becoming a victim of that. So is it required to be done like that? So that we have to decide. So actually Shama, Dhamma are together only it is spoken. So it is not individually not possible. So this Shama, at least only 4 internal faculties are there. Mind, intellect, memory and ego. 4 only is there. Whereas Dhamma is about 10 indriyas are there. It is a gang of sense, gangsters you say, no? All to put together make strike also. So you have to individually win in one indriya. That is called Veda. You have to allow them to unite together. We cannot control. So we have to love the eyes and say don't do all those things and make it, and then whatever is to be seen only should be seen, like that and all when you're saying. So it comes to your control. So another problem of indriyas are, as long as the indriya is not able to, the field of operation is not nearby. For example, I don't want Jama. What I'm telling, now I'm sitting in a comfortable room and I know that I'm in a forest and I'm not able to get jamun. Now I'm telling, I am very sick, I don't want jamun. I control my tongue. It is not. So when jamun is in front of you, at that time whether you are having control or not. So that is the exercise we have to do. So when abhava vairagya is not a vairagya, prasava vairagya is not a prasava vairagya, it is not smashana vairagya. When everything is available, then also my mind and all the indriyas are under my control. That is the mastery, has to be taught. Mastery has to be brought. So that is what it says. So that means Shama and Dhamma put together has to be done. Suppose I may do all the required, so many things are there and control everything I do, still in spite of it I may fail. Why I fail? Because of my past impressions are there. That is called Purva Janma Samskara or Purva Janma Vasana is there. Because of that also my indriyas going on its own way. So that means even Purva Janma Vasana Samskara can be rewritten or erased by meditation and samadhi. Going to that level, we can erase all the old samskaras also. By jnana and samadhi and by meditation techniques and all, we can go and erase. So the old samskara also can be removed, and present generation, whatever I am giving, good things only I am giving, then I become a jnani, shrestha vyakti, shrestha, very great personality I can become, and slowly I get into the moksha immediately. So that is called mind control and sense control. Sense organs need to be controlled in the sense putting a railway line. So always imagine not saying I don't give, not that is not the way. So every Indriya has got a field of operation. In the respective field of operation, there is a limitation should be given. For example, you have a limited salary, your income is limited. So you prioritize what is to be purchased, what is not to be purchased, what is my priority, and all those things. So if you don't prioritize and make your buyings, so you want to say somebody is giving loan, I want to buy whatever things are there, and tomorrow job is also not there and things also not available, you will become a pauper person and then you will be behind the bars. That means you are not controlling your desire also according to your capacity. Similarly, your Indriya controlling capacity should be there. Accordingly, you have to control. So, Kara is the hand, Karyam is the action. That means Kara does the action, that is why it is called Karyam. Similarly, eyes are seeing, tongue is tasting, and everything is happening. Every organ has got a field of operation, and that field of operation has to be explained. In an organization, a manager also works, an employee also works, an operator also works, CEO also works. But everybody's work field of operation is different. For everybody, the field of operation is explained. This is your duty. So this is your duty. These are all the things you should do. These are all the things you should not do. So everything is explained to each and every employee, and then only an organization can perform. If each employee want to behave in his own way, an organization cannot function. Similarly, all Indriyas has to be told, this is your field of operation, this is not your field of operation, here you should see, there you should not see, this is what you have to eat, this is what you should not eat. All the things you have to tell each Indriya. For that you have to want to have a jnana. The jnana comes because earlier only I told you, all our things are coming from raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes, why it comes is, there is a desire is come. So I want this. So I have not examined the desire. Simply I allowed the desire to come inside, and the desire will create likes and dislikes. And the like one also I am going to go towards that. Dislike one also I am running away from that. For both I am spending energy. And all the Indriyas will be working towards that. Because the desire I have not filtered properly. So all the accidents are continuously is going to happen because of that. So on the level, the mana nigraha and indriya nigraha hand in hand has to go. So for that, where it is said, that is why they said you have to have Viveka. The discrimination methodology should be there. What is Viveka, what is right, what is wrong, and everything is taught in Vedanta, how it has to be learnt, what has to be good, what is not good, everything. And Vairagya also, it is not after getting and attached, then getting detached. That is a difficult activity. Most of the time we are doing the detachment, want to run away. We are spending a lot of energy, but still we cannot run away from that. So when Viveka comes, the desire itself is filtered and it is required or not required. When I say, the attachment also will not be there. Otherwise, if 10 desires are coming, all the 10 desires I am getting attached. If the Viveka is there, it will allow only 2 desires. And 2 desires only I will get attached. 8 desires not attached at all. So that means detachment happened in the beginning stage itself. So that is how the knowledge of the Vedanta is. You have to give it to the organs, Indriyas. Say this is right, this is wrong, this is Viveka, Vairagya, everything has to be applied. And mind has to be controlled. Organs, Indriyas also has to be controlled. If you don't control, accidents are definite, and one accident will ruin the life. For example, one relationship accident will ruin the life. One financial accident will ruin the life. One employment accident may ruin the life. So like that, anything can ruin a life. So we should be very careful and guide the mind and the body and intellect and all the indriyas. So who has to guide? My Viveka has to guide. Viveka, where you get from the Vedanta, you have to learn what is right, wrong. Ultimately, you have to redefine your life priorities. So what all, everything morning to evening I am doing in order to get happiness. So why I am struggling, why I am earning more money, why I am going behind the people, why I am going behind name and fame. Everything is, it makes me happy. Because of that only. Finally, everybody's goal is to become happy. So why are you struggling to become happy? You are already a happy person. That is what Vedanta says. Happiness is your nature, but you have forgotten to become happy. So for that only Viveka will tell you back, you are originally you are happy. These are all external things, and what you are working is only by due to society pressure and all you are making. But ultimately, after acquiring everything, you yourself will say, these are all not giving me happiness. So again, a redefinition of happiness through Viveka will be done, and then Indriya control and Mana control will become easy sadhanas. So that is Maya. From the Mayic world, many desires will come into that. So Maya has to be conquered. Maya has to be conquered by Viveka. So that has to be done. So when Viveka is conquering, Shama and Dhamma is more easier to be done. So that is what it says. For example, in life, if the control is not there, it becomes an accident. I will tell you an example. For example, in all our automobile, brake is provided. Why brake is provided? Brake is provided in order to apply brake. What is this? What a question, sir, you are asking? It is simple. Whenever I want to apply brake, I will apply. For that purpose only it is given. So, a very integrated, it is very, very essential part of the brake you have to understand. The brake is provided for you to go with high speed. Sir, what is this realization? Very difficult. You are talking something else. This is the realization. This is Vedanta says like this. And in this is called the Jnana. See, brake is provided for you to go high speed. Whatever speed you want to go, you can go. For that only brake is provided. So what I have not understood? No. Suppose I give you a beautiful imported car without brake. Can you take out of the garage? Is it possible for you to take out of the garage? Not possible at all. Even 10 meters you cannot drive because brake is not there. Beautiful car, the state of the art technology, beautiful high technology car is there, no brake is there. That means if brake is not there, you are not able to sit even in the driver's seat also, leave alone going the fast. If brake is under control, you can go 180 kilometer, 200 kilometer, road is good and you can have control and do that. So that means brake is provided to go high speed. Similarly, all our Indriya and mind brake we have to create. We have to create our own brakes through Viveka and Vairagya. We have to have brakes. We have to create brakes. When creating brake itself, you can go high level to your life. Higher sadhana, you can do it. Without creating a brake, you cannot drive the Indriyas and Manas. Not possible. So, it looks to be very funny. Brake is provided to go high speed. Without brake, you can't do. Sometimes, the direct brake itself is not a controllable thing. But there are so many assisted things are there. For example, your rear view mirror is there. Side view mirror is there. Though your brake is there, if without side view mirror, without your rear view mirror, you cannot able to drive comfortable. See, this is all jnana. So that means brake is there. car is good, everything is good, sideway mirror is there, not rear view mirror is not there, you cannot drive properly. You may create still accident. So that means a proper knowledge giving. What is it mirror is giving? It is giving knowledge of the past. So rear view mirror is giving the behind the scene, and the side view mirrors also from the behind it is giving. But actually you are driving forward. Why you want to see backside? That is also required to do a safety driving. That means for a safety driving, only seeing from your windscreen in front of your car, it is not sufficient. You have to, once in a while, you have to see all the three mirrors also. That is how you will be driving able to see. That means once in a while, what all I have achieved, whether I have done properly achieved, whether I have done under any malpractices or any bribery or anything, I have made any achievements of my past. So that is what the rear view mirrors has to tell you, and you have to correct your course of driving in the future. So that is what happens. So that is also Viveka and Jnana. From the past life also, once in a while you have to scan, and whatever bad things are there, you have to stop and do the right things and continue correction. Plus minus mistakes plus improvement is life. So you have to, yesterday mistake what you have done, today also you are not supposed to do the same mistake. Within that you have to learn saying that, yeah, I have done the mistake, sorry for that, I will regret for that, I will not do the same mistake in my future life. That is how the learning, that is the rear view mirrors will be doing it. So that is only sufficient? No. If you put accelerator is accelerating by itself from 0 kilometers to 180 kilometers, it is accelerating. That means brake is secondary. Acceleration is my will and wish. Road should be clean and nothing should be available in the obstacle. So, and I am able to have good health. I am having headache, I cannot accelerate. So I am having leg pain, I cannot accelerate. So that means I will be surely making an accident. So acceleration is the thought of the mind. So that means in my life, my mind is speedily going. So whether speedily going, for that your capabilities are there or not there, you have to understand. You have to accelerate suitably, not because your acceleration cannot hit the ground, so that it can go anytime and you don't have in your control. No. Acceleration is also a control. Acceleration is a control appropriately to be used. Not when the people, 10 vehicles are there, you cannot accelerate in front of you. So only the empty road is there, you can accelerate. So these are all where it comes from Viveka. So it is all Jnana is given from the Vedanta. What is right, what is the empty road, what is not the empty road, everything is taught. So accordingly Bhagavad Gita teaches, Upanishads teaches, what all the way how you have to drive and that. So at that point of time, your skill will be controlled. So that is accelerator is there. Similarly, your wiper is there. Suppose the wiper, you may be, car may be good, road may be good, but a lot of dust is there on the windshield. Dusty atmosphere is there, rain is coming, and then wiper has to work. So wiper is giving clarity to your vision. Then only your car can move. Wiper, without wiper, how can you drive in a rainy day or a dusty day? Not possible. So you need wiper. Wiper means, so my thoughts need to be wiped. All the bad thoughts has come. It will come, definitely it will come. Bad thoughts also will come. You have to wipe it out. You have to clean it off. Then your clarity will improve. Otherwise you keep away every bad thoughts, good thoughts, everything. Then how can you see? Your clarity of seeing is not there. Then you're going to make an accident. So similarly, wiping the thoughts has to be happening. That happens in meditation stage. Similarly, the headlight is there. Headlight, for example, you cannot see the headlight till the end of your this one. Suppose from here to Mysore, 160 kilometers is there. So I cannot see through my headlight all the 160 kilometers. Not possible. I can see maximum 200 feet or maybe around 50 meters. I can see, my headlight can see. That means you should not have ultimate life I am going to plan. Up to that only, if everything is clear, I am going to start. Otherwise, I am not going to start under your non-starter. So that means you have to start. Only 50 meters you can see, and again another 50 meters you can see. So, but still you are going to go at a high speed. Night means you are not going to go at a very slow, only 50 meter, 10 kilometer speed are you going? No. Though your headlight is visible 50 meters, but you have a confidence of that. Now my headlight is showing me. You are very alert on the road. Your headlight is focusing on the road, and you are also alert. Night driving is so alertly you are doing. In the same way, our mind should do the alert. And at the same time, unless till the end of the road I am seeing clarity is not there, I am going to start my life. That is also not possible. Every now and then you have to start 50 meter course of correction. You have to do left to right or some tree is fallen. You have to take a bypass and then go. So many things are there you are doing in the driving. Similarly, mind also has to do similar type of driving. So only it cannot say only till the end I should see. No, not possible. So that is what has to be done. So the tires has to be properly bloated. If you are 33 kilograms PSI, whatever is there, so the pressure of the tire should be inflated to that level. Tire condition should be also good. That is your physical body and mind. Physical body should be under a good condition. For that, yoga, asana, pranayama, everything has to be done. So the tire in a good condition means your body is in good condition, properly bloated, proper energy is there. So then only it can go. So, and the fuel, petrol is there. That means, so our ahara is a fuel. The food, whatever we are eating, is also a fuel that controls our sensory organs and mind also. What correct food has to be given has to be decided by the mind and organs together. So need to be controlled. And if you don't give food, it will become hungry and it cannot have any energy to move further. So similarly, if no fuel means car is going to stop abruptly. Fuel should be good quality, should be there. Not kerosene mixed, water mixed fuel we cannot put. Similarly, a pure quality of food should be given. Food is not only for the stomach, food for the mind also, food for the ears also, food for the eyes also has to be properly chosen and should be given. So otherwise it will become sick. So similarly, you have to have a control. These are all called Shama and Dama. So both put together has to be done hand in hand. Then only Shama and Dama can be controlled. And then our Sadhana Chatushtaya, it will become very beautiful. Dhamma is so many areas we use. Damayanti, it is like that it is used. So Dhamma, Shama also we use. Ushna Shamana we say. Shama, from Shama, Shanti is also coming. Shanti is coming from Shama. When it is stomach pain is there, it has become Shamana by medicine. Then you get Shanti. So one will bring another thing. So Dhamma and Danti is there. Similarly, Shama and Shanti is also there. So many things are there. So one, if you try to bring another, automatically try to come into the control. If we are not starting anything, how can everything come to my control? Not possible. So at least we have to exercise in controlling one by one. So definitely we are going to achieve a lot of things. So that means mind control happens, Indriya control also will happen. Indriya control will happen, mind control also will come. Both should go hand in hand. So you cannot say egg is before first egg or after that hen. No, not like that. Both has to be thought, both are the beginning. Sometimes hen is beginning, sometimes egg is the beginning. So, like that, mind and the sensory organs, sometime one will take the lead, another one will be following. Sometime other one will take, another one will follow. So, like that, we have to understand these are all Viveka. Dharma Viveka, like that, whatever we say, Brahma Viveka, Atma Jnana Viveka has to be coming. So, that is what Sadhana Chatushtaya, it says like that. Shama and Dama has to be understood very well. And with this, Jnanendriya should be controlled, Karmendriya should be controlled, and also Manasa Indriya also need to be controlled. With all these three things, we are able to make a good living. That is all called sadhana. First, in order to do sadhana, each Indriya, what is its field of operation? What is the right field of operation? What is expected out of each Indriya? What for it is provided? So a camera is given to you, photograph a beautiful flower also. Or you may photograph somebody, a child is sitting for poo-poo, pee-pee, and then that also if you want to see. The camera, whatever the fashion you want to use, you can use. The flowers, it will give you more very beautiful thing and beautiful feeling. If you are making that poo-poo, pee-pee, all these things, the photographing, it gives a bad feeling and this one. So your field of operation, your instrument, how to use, you have to decide. All these instruments, 10 instruments properly, you have to guide and use. Otherwise, it will guide you. It is very dangerous. So you guide. That is what is called Sadhana Chatushtaya. So that is called Antarindriya, Bhakyendriya Nigraha. So I am going to, don't want to start the next uparama topic. So with this Shama and Dama, I am going to conclude. Shama is mind control. Dama is Indriya control, sensory organs control. Examine the field of operations of mind and Indriyas and educate them, bring him, and we call it as in Sanskrit Karya Paridhi. There is a field of operation. Karya Paridhi means, so you can only do like this. For example, there is access control is there in organization. A CEO can move around all the areas, but general manager cannot move in all the areas, only restricted departments. An operator can go only to his department and go out, that's all. He cannot move around. Access control is there. Not everybody can walk around anywhere and everywhere without any control, not possible. Similarly, all Indriya and Manas cannot go wherever it wants. You have to bring a Karya Paridhi. It is a orbit. So all the solar system should go in a very definite state. So all the planets has to go in an elliptical orbit and in coordination with other planets, then only the solar system can function. Just for a change, the Mars will say, I want to take a bigger elliptical, or I want to circle, I don't want to go in elliptical orbit. Then all the other 9 grahas also will fall down. So each mutual attraction, because of that only the planetary systems are working. So each planet has to be bound under certain paridhi. That paridhi means it is Karya Kshetra has been given. So only there it has to move around. Similarly, our Indriyas and Manas has to be given Karya Kshetra. There only it has to work. That is called sadhana. So anyway, thank you. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavit. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.